Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show, the greatest beer and video game podcast, at least for a couple more episodes, in the world. I'm Ian, and I have Jared, Nick, Dave, Aaron, and John joining me here on the couch.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Find us on social media platforms at Couch Co-op Shows, all one word, no hyphen. Sorry, Aaron, I stepped on you. You can find our podcast on all major platforms. If you want to watch us, head over to Spotify or youtube.com/milkmanpictures. Lastly, we stream our show live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. A little late, but tonight, but that's okay. Pacific Standard Time. That's twitch.tv/the Couch Co-op Show. If you ever want to drop in the chat, interact with us, you could do that. Happy Easter episode, kind of. I mean, this will come out tomorrow, but today is Easter, tonight. Zombie Jesus Day.
Yes. Yeah. Zombie Jesus
Shitting you out an egg of a show today.
Shitting you out an egg of a show today. In fact, we're going to... I don't know if any of you guys ever played it, but we're going to talk about Meet Your Maker. We're going to do an Aaron's Mobile Minute, then we're going to shoot the shit, but first... Are we going to do an Aaron's Mobile Minute or no? Aaron doesn't have a game, so we're not going to do that. Ding.
Not today.
Reel that one back in.
Dang.
But we will be shooting the shit. But first, our penultimate beer. Nick, what are we drinking?
Deschutes. It's a seasonal red share Northwest Pale Ale. I think it's usually a springtime release.
Spring, winterish. It's usually
it's got to be winter because it has skis and shit on it.
Yeah, but the Jubilee is winter technically.
Yeah, and if you look at the born on date, they actually started packaging it like December.
Yeah,
it was released until.
But Jubilee comes out in what, like October, November?
Yeah, something like that, because they don't actually have a. Deschutes doesn't actually have a. Like a fall beer, like a pumpkin or an Oktoberfest type beer. So I've actually seen it come out. What's that?
Yeah, I'm popping.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, popping.
Yeah, we can jump into the minutia of it later.
I'll just say the winter-spring ale. Winter-spring hybrid.
Maybe it's early winter, late winter beers. I guess you can have 2 winter ales, guys.
Why not?
On.
This is true.
No,
Deschutes has like 100 IPAs. Why can't you have?
True. He has a good point there.
Well, that's like every brewery. It's like the other day I was walking through Fred Meyer just trying to find something different. And I got bored of looking through the IPAs and hazy IPAs and whatever. I just ended up grabbing
and
something.
Bowie.
Yeah. And Bowie.
Dude, they're trying to. They have to pay for their like costly,
Yeah,
brewery being destroyed.
The roof kind of did cave in, guys. Be sensitive a little bit.
Yeah. Give them a break.
Oh, too soon.
Anyway, did any of you guys play Meet Your Maker? Or am I the only one?
Yeah, I played it.
So Dave played some. Anyone else? So Aaron didn't.
No.
John didn't. No one played it.
I played
except Dave.
Half an hour or so.
Half an hour. That's not enough time. Did you even build a base?
No,
Then you're not.
It wouldn't let me play it. It wouldn't let me build a base. I don't think, because you have to complete a few levels. Mm-hmm. And I must admit, it was just not the game I was looking for when I played it.
Yeah, it doesn't. The intro tutorial is not like that part of the game. I wouldn't say it's not the game that I'm addicted to. Like I do it. I enjoy doing that because each like lab is like different. Each like base is different and is always different. You're basically doing the same thing, so that's kind of the grind of it. So like it's like, oh, this is interesting, and oh yeah, you're gonna get a bunch of douchebag kind of bases built that are whatever.
Yeah.
What does that mean, douchebag bases?
They just kind of like throw everything at you in one room, and then it's just like but then you have all the rest of this area that there's nothing in it, and there's like no thought in it. They just built it to just kind of get through it.
Essentially, the game is there's a tower or a maze that you've got to work your way through that's got bad guys and traps and things in it.
But it's all generated by users.
And so you learn, you've kind of learn and get a bit further into the maze each time you do it. Because, depending on how nefarious the person who designed the maze is, it can have some really like traps that are behind you that you can't see until you jump up, or like you can destroy the traps, but it's like Indiana Jones style walls that shoot out arrows, and
it gets more nefarious than that because you're basically going in here, you're collecting resources, leveling up, and then you're doing that to level up your character like most games, but then it's also to level up your base and get better stuff for your base. So like eventually Dave's only played a half hour, like you said. I've played almost 30 hours.
Damn.
Oh my goodness, man.
This is probably going to be on my, it probably won't be my number 1 game of the year, but it's definitely going to be on my game of the year list.
Okay.
So yeah, that first thing is just, you're just kind of getting to know it. It's like, it is what it is. Then you build your base and it's like, oh, okay. But then where it clicked for me is, as I'm trying to figure out the mechanics and everything, is that when you kill somebody in your base, then you also get rewards. Because you never play against somebody. The only way you kill somebody is they have to die in your base. So then, that's kind of cool. And then you can watch replays of them running through your base. And then you can see the loopholes in your design. So then you take that information, you go back into your base, and then you iterate on your process, on the design of your base. So like my first base I made, I got really into it. I started trying to devise a plan and all this stuff. And, I get more and more kills. And then, the base levels up, and then it can level up to like level 2 and level 3. And it just kind of, keeps, you're trying to become like a champion level base. But then at some point that base, I just wasn't getting what I wanted out of it, so I redesigned a base. Or you can have up to 200 bases, but you only can have 5 active. So I'm still new, so I was just starting my second base. And my second base, I really got into the design aspect of it, and just really nefarious. And I think the thing I've learned is that you want to create the most brutal base, but keep it at normal. So there's 3 difficulties. There's normal bases, there's dangerous, and then there's brutal. But most of the players that are playing play normal, so you need to find a way to create the most brutal base without it being brutal. It has to be designed at normal.
Just a level below brutal.
Anyway, I am so addicted. Like this morning, like I posted on Discord, I woke up and my base had killed 60 people. And I'm just like, it's just like I can level up. I have to like harvest more resources to actually do the actual leveling up, because that costs resources. So I have to go grind some other people's levels. But man, I was able to level up twice, and now I can do it another time. And my base, it's just, I don't know. I'm super addicted. I love the. It's kind of fun to watch like the really bad people play, and they you get 12 kills off one person. But those you don't learn anything from those, because those are people just the things you learn from are the people that are like they get through it without dying once, or no deaths. So you watch their runs of your base, and it takes them like a minute and a half, and it's like, what the fuck, man? So like then you're like trying to figure out how I kill those guys. That's what I'm doing, and that's the addiction loop that I've found myself in. And I dig it. I don't know. I just can't stop.
I can see how you'd enjoy that aspect of it, because it's kind of cool. I can see how like you test your base against people and you improve it, and you're looking for the weaknesses, or you're looking for things that work. Ways of making the traps devious. That
it's almost like it's like game design in a sense. Like you're like real life play testing this game. But I agree that like the base, the kind of the thing that's put forward is this thing where you go out, raid, collect resources, and then upgrade. Is not really shown, and it is kind of basic. It needs a little bit more life there, and I hope this is a new game. It's brand new. I hope they find ways to make it more exciting like that. But I did find the gameplay loop a few hours in after I was playing with it, and I really love it. I'll just pop in, check to see if I've killed anybody, collect some resources, reset, and pop out. Or I'll just pop in, do a couple runs of other bases, and then pop out. It's like super quick. Like those bases don't take very long to run through. Those it's from anywhere from a minute to maybe 5 minutes. It's like super quick. So like it can be grindy, I guess, if you want it to, but I feel like it's a lot of creativity. And I usually don't like base building. Like I dislike doing. I hated it in Fallout 4. Any kind of base stuff that you have to manage. Like the management is where you're killing people, and there's something very rewarding. Like I find that super enjoyable.
I can imagine it's very rewarding as well to be able to see like the results of your base. Mm-hmm. So if you want, you could watch all 60 replays.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then you don't get a lot of rewards, but you get rewards for watching them. So, it helps you. And then I don't know. I'm just really taken by it. It's a really simple game. It's only like 8 gigs. It's small. It doesn't take up a lot of space. So this game is not ever going to leave my PlayStation 5. It's just it takes up such a little footprint. And
that's refreshing.
I just really dig it. And I don't care if any of you play it, but I just need one of you to play with me for a little bit to get the co-op trophies, because I'm pretty sure I can platinum this game. I'm already at 70%. I think it's going to be a pretty easy platinum.
What do the co-op trophies involve?
I have to revive a friend like 10 times, and then I have to activate a post with a friend. So like
I was going to say, I'm your man for reviving 10 times.
It's pretty simple. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, I think it's cool. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So that's my review. I think I can review it at like 30 hours in.
I think it's a cool game. I think it's a cool idea for a game, and I can see why people would like it.
This is kind of why I put this forward previously, but I don't understand why there's not a Portal game like this. Like, why don't people design Portal levels and like that, like?
And then you could watch the replays of people going through your level.
Oh my god, I think that's brilliant. But Valve
there
will
was
never
a
do
game,
that.
Valve, no, but wasn't there a game similar to that? The Little Big Planet. There's like the level design creator portion. You can create levels. I remember playing.
Yeah, the whole game is based around that. Yeah.
Yeah,
but but there's no real reward for you to go and play that stuff.
Oh no, I know.
You know
I'm just saying
mean?
it's like they took.
So the reward is baked into the game. So like people dying because they have to get resources, but then it also gives you the reward of killing people. So like it gives you a reason to keep doing that stuff.
It gives both sides a reason as well. It's like gives the players a reason.
And then it's always random. It's like you can't go and just pick my levels unless I just put them on social where you don't get anything for them. It's just like, here, try my level out, but you don't really want to do that unless it's a level that sucks. But
do you get to rank the levels or vote for them?
I don't know. I haven't done the social mode. Like,
I can't just go and play your level.
You should be able. No, you can. I retired the first level I built. I retired it right now. It's just in social mode, so you should be able to go into the social raid and then like type in my name or something, and then it should. The
Milkman pictures should pop up your level.
It should. One of them, not the one that kills everybody. Yeah. The other one.
Not your latest and greatest.
No.
Version 1.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first one was pretty good. It got to prestige level 3. It's just not killing stuff fast enough, and I was being too cute with it. There's like a lot of like things I did with. I was trying to create like hidden passageways into it, and so that, but then traps like. So I was trying to do a lot of cute things with it, and it killed people once in a while, but it wasn't not like the slaughterhouse that my new one is.
Yeah, you're talking like Super Meat Boy masochism kind of game,
dude. I mean, 60 people in one night, like 12 hours, like a lot of. I mean, obviously a lot of people play that stuff, but so that prestige that leveled up. They call it prestiging. That level got that it became a champion level. So like when people go out and do like the raid levels, you do a couple and then it does a champion level. So now it's like a better prestige level, and you get more rewards when you do mine now. But
nice.
You guys will probably never play it because it's so random on who gets to play that stuff. But I can set it. I can set it inactive, and you guys could try it, but you just wouldn't get anything for it. But anyway, I love the game. I should probably stop talking about it. But I'm really high on it. And I don't really want you guys to play it because you guys are probably gonna hate it. So it's getting like mediocre. It's like getting like 75, 80s. It's like kind of like I think its Metacritic is 75, 77.
That's not bad.
It's pretty. I mean, it's like. But,
yeah, it's a good game.
But I've definitely fallen in love with it.
It's not bad.
Good.
Like it's one of the stupidest games that like not stupid, but it's one of this. I do the one thing where I actually run up the stairs and tell Bryn like, "Oh my god, I just did this thing." I never do that with other video games.
This is a game she would play.
I've never enjoyed killing people more, guys. Honestly, but
yeah, because you don't have to do it yourself.
And then I get to watch. Well, I did do it. I designed it.
Yeah.
And it makes me think I could be the perfect guy in the Saw movies. I could be Jigsaw. Anywho,
was that a game? Old game? I never played it. Dungeon Keeper.
I don't know what that is.
No, it's like an old game where you had to booby trap a house or something like that, haunted house.
It kind of reminds me of like that NES Spy versus Spy game, but that's not happening at the same time. Anyway.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, yeah, that's Meet Your Maker. It's currently out on everything. It's cross-play. Doesn't have to be, but it is. You can play co-op, so obviously, because I need someone to play co-op with me. But yeah.
So the people that you're killing, are they all actual people that are trying to
do the same thing?
So nothing like computer generated or anything, or
no.
So it's an obstacle course and a death match.
No, it's no death match. There's no killing anybody.
It's just an obstacle course.
You can do the death. You can do the obstacle course with a friend.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the obstacle courses just have like a small selection of enemies that like Ian can place.
Yeah,
and they have assorted weapons.
Note to self: I don't do any of the enemies. I do purely traps.
A lot of different traps.
It's been my experience that placing the enemies is not... Because here's the other thing. You need... Because people want to run through that stuff because they get experience for breaking your traps and killing your enemies. So you want traps that they can't break and get XP. And enemies are just going to want to kill. So and then that's XP. So I'm constantly thinking I don't want to give them experience. I want to do the worst. I want to make mine... I want to make it brutal. So because at the end of it you can rate is it fun, ingenious, brutal, But I like the idea that it's a normal rated base, but it is fucking brutal as hell. And I think the key to that is keeping your danger elements at a low base, but making the traps smart enough that they can't figure them out, and hidden enough that they can't figure them out. So that's what I'm constantly thinking, and my creative mind really enjoys doing that. And then you get to be artistic too. My new one's really artistic. I really kind of designed this cool. Hey, you guys can come over sometime and check it out. Anyway,
you're like griefing as well.
I can't be that. I haven't been this hyped on a game since fucking Elden Ring, really. So, anyway, I really dig it.
And it was free. It's free this month.
Yeah, it's free on PlayStation Plus. It's free right now. It's a $30 game, but it's free right now.
Okay.
Yep. So don't pass on it. Try it.
Give it a try.
And hate it, but I'll still love it. All right, let's talk about this beer. Nick, did someone pull up the Deschutes website with all the wonderful knowledge about Northwest Pale Ale?
No, but
I think the short answer is no.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well-oiled machine.
Oh, I know we are. I know
that was Dave's job.
Yeah, I do know a few things about this, and I do
too.
Deschutes, I believe they're from Bend.
Yes.
Named after the Deschutes River, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I always
1988.
I always thought this one was a red ale for some reason. I think it's because it's called Red Shirt. But they actually class it now as an IPA, but they also call it a Northwest Pale Ale, which is kind of code for an IPA as well. I mean, it's been
it's not super red. It's more... it's not
super
pale either.
It tastes like it's trying to be a red ale, though. I mean,
a little bit.
Definitely has the maltiness of it.
Yeah, I think it's some of the malts they use in it. They don't just use standard
malty.
Plus, you don't want to drink a brown chair. Am I right, guys? Oh
no!
Where's the drum hit, Jared?
Oh, somewhere.
Yeah,
somewhere.
the only one.
A
that's not
little,
muted.
very, very delayed one. Yeah,
There it
here we
is.
go.
No, I have John and
Hey-o.
Dave muted.
Yeah. He got sick of us. I do think it's a bit strong for a pale ale at 6.2. I
is pretty
just
strong.
think that's interesting. Not that it's
what's
terrible, but
Mm.
pale ales
uh,
are usually about 5 or something.
Right.
Bundle up beside this citrusy smooth ale that's an insider's ride to fresh thrills.
I don't know
just
why.
to back up
I
what
don't
Dave
think
was
it's that
saying.
citrusy.
Mirror Pond is 5%.
Also named
Just as
after
a
a pond
comparison.
called Mirror.
Yes. Yes.
There's a Mirror Lake up on Mount Hood.
Yeah.
Yes, that is too.
There's
But yeah,
literally a mirror pond.
6.2%. Nice.
Mhm.
I remember this one being a nice solid beer, and actually looking on the website, it's the seasonal from January to March, so that's not spring, that's technically winter, but
See? So like Jubilee must be the like October to December.
yeah, it's a fall, like even though
like
it's a Christmas beer, it's you always forget that, like, spring
Winter
doesn't
actually
start.
starts in December.
Yeah,
Yeah.
winter actually
Right.
starts at the end of
Yes.
December, not like earlier. So
I mean, when it's snowing in April,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, true.
yeah.
This is
Yeah,
pretty
it's
good. I
winter
mean,
fruit,
I
too.
enjoy it.
Mhm.
It's a decent solid beer. I mean,
I know. I mean, I wouldn't pass it up. I'm not necessarily going to go out and buy it, but
It's
not
too
really what I
hoppy,
like
or,
in my
I mean,
pale ales.
it was one I always
I mean,
used to enjoy I always used to look out for it and buy it when it came out. Not like by the crate, but buy a 6-pack or 2.
I'd actually probably prefer it over Jubilee at this point.
I mean, I prefer it over Mirror Pond, but that's not really saying much.
I like Mirror Pond.
Oh no,
I like Mirror Pond too. Yeah,
I like Mirror Pond.
Not a fan. I've had enough Mirror Pond in my life that if I never had another one again, I'm completely fine.
Yeah.
Did not. Okay.
Fine.
I know.
I just drank all these Mirror Ponds. I got
opinion.
You mentioned that it's not what you look for in a pale ale. Can you expand on that?
Well, I don't know. Like the hoppiness of it is fine, but like it just has that more like dirty, earthy kind of taste going on in my tongue. Like
Yes,
I don't know. It just doesn't feel very clean to me.
Not very
just
citrusy either.
Yeah, I don't get the citrus. I get mostly hop.
That's true. I
front.
don't get the
It's
citrus.
attacking like the sides of my tongue. A lot of beers don't really hit that part of my tongue, but it's really like just nipping at the sides of my tongue with that kind of bitter,
like
earthy
like
dirt. Yeah. So I'm not. It's like calling it a pale ale is definitely a push.
I think they don't know like the marketing. I mean, obviously Dave was saying that they've named it many different things, and I think it's a beer they want to sell because they like, but they just don't know how to market it within the lines of beers that they already make. Like it is probably kind of it's 6.2, but it's probably just really an IPA.
Yeah,
but they already have their squeezed line of IPAs, so this one doesn't fit. But the saying it's citrusy is weird. Because I agree, I don't really get that. Maybe light lemon, but
it's a little bit in there. But I think the kind of like dirty hop flavor. I don't know, just a little more earthy than some hops. Yeah.
See, the dirty hoppy flavor I always think is I get the lint. That's when I talk about the lint thing that I don't like from hops, and I don't get that from this beer.
Huh. Yeah.
You know what's also refreshing about this beer? I went to the website and there wasn't some stupid marketing story about how after a day of skiing on the slopes, this beer is the perfect, amber red throat charmer.
Because I just read it right here, Dave. It's right here on the side of the bottle.
Oh, what was that beer? Wasn't that last week that had like a whole story on the bottle?
Yeah, exactly. It's not like
really long.
It's not like 2 paragraphs that would take me 10 minutes to read.
Yeah, I felt like it was just like, boom, done.
Yeah, I like a description of a beer that has a little bit of passion in it, but I don't need to know the life story of the people and the location and the beer all in one little storyline.
I don't remember that very well because I fell asleep during halfway through the description. So, but
Yeah,
this one was the right
that
thing.
effect
it
on
took
people.
up half the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, any other final thoughts before we go around the room?
Well, I will say this: the call it a pale ale, like everybody said, is kind of a false advertisement because
It's not
everybody
really.
knows that
Yeah, go ahead.
it doesn't taste like a pale ale. We've all had a bunch of pale ales in our lifetime between all six of us, and
Mirapon
that just
especially.
yeah, but but it's just it felt like if they just called it an ale, that'd be fine. A red ale, I'd even agree with that because it's more malty than hoppy. But whatever, they call it pale ale, they want to call it pale ale, that's fine. Still,
All right,
that's my final thought.
Jared. What do you say? What do you rate?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, he's going down. He's full
Thumbs
down.
Wow.
All
Yeah.
right.
I don't like it.
Pretty
Alright.
strong reaction.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's some Jared. He should go
Yeah.
sideways up.
Right in the red chair.
It's pretty rare that I give something thumbs down, but yeah, something with the hop profile. I just don't like it. It
All
just doesn't feel
Mhm.
good on the tongue.
It's all that
I get that.
Easter candy and eggs you've been eating all day and just affecting your palate.
All that
Maybe.
chocolate.
Or all that Hawaiian food that I had earlier with all
there
the
you go.
pineapple and stuff.
Oof. No
Yeah.
kidding.
Was
I
it
got-
with some ham
You
on the
should,
pizza?
you should try. You should wash it down with that pineapple beer.
Oh, that is in the fridge.
Nick DeWin, what are you giving this?
I'm gonna go this way.
Oh, he's going full up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just canceling them out.
I mean,
Nice.
Yeah.
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 I guess, but I mean, I don't know. I like this enough to where I'd consistently buy it if I saw it,
Mm, Cool.
especially in a bottle. I don't know if be interested to actually try it in a can like Aaron, but
Tony just says
Yeah.
cans are better than bottles.
Hmm.
Yeah, they got that
depends.
plastic liner.
Yeah, they got that plastic liner.
Mm.
PFDAs.
Well, definitely chemical of some sort.
PFAs. Yeah.
Aaron, what are you giving this delicious beer?
Oh man, I'm gonna go sideways on this one. Honestly, it's thanks, Dave. I appreciate that.
So to the listeners, Discord got an update, and it allows these.
They don't
fun
know.
sounds.
Listeners aren't going to hear it because I muted those guys.
they're just
Yeah,
gonna see a
only
horn
some
fly
of
up.
us are
Oh,
muted
okay.
because some of us think it's hilarious to play this.
Jared, you have
Oh.
the ability to do it.
Okay.
If you want to do
Okay.
it, you can.
You could
I
unmute
think I have a
us,
little more
Jared.
self-control.
Yes.
Well,
Sorry, Aaron. Back to Aaron. Sideways thumb. Go ahead.
Yes, sideways thumb. Sorry, Aaron.
Anything else?
it's okay. Someone gave me a 6-pack of this, I'll drink it, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to go find it. So
Man, I feel like I'm the wow. So like I'm really like I'm like here. This is probably I'm like a classic MDAB here, right?
Yeah.
3/4
thumb job. Yeah.
But if I go by my rule, I'm probably not going to actively buy it. I'm here. I mean, it's pretty good. I won't reject it, but it's not a beer I'm going to go out and buy. So
yes.
that's where I'm at with this one. So
Ooh.
we're getting one chub up out of 4 for the Red Chair Northwest Pale Ale. It's not very pale looking.
2.
Also, but anyway.
Yeah.
Wait, 1 or 2?
It's 1 because
2.
Jared canceled out you.
okay.
Yeah, but with 2 sideways thumbs.
Oh,
though.
you're right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
2.
I'm doing something else. You're
2
right.
out
It's
of 4.
2. 2
Yeah.
out of 4. My bad. I was for some
Yeah.
reason I've been thinking. I don't know what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
positive and a negative.
Beer
I was
deathmatch.
thinking
Well,
something
you were
totally different.
wrong.
You're right. We
I
had 2
gotcha.
thumbs up out of 4. My bad. Half of us.
Yep.
Okay.
You went wrong.
Sorry, guys. I'm only 1 beer in, so like I
Yeah.
need more beers to be more fluid.
I think
Nice.
this is the only beer that I haven't finished by the time we reviewed it. Like
Wow.
even like some of the bigger
that's
bottles
weird.
and bigger
Wow.
cans I finished.
What? That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Just
How
something
many did you
about
buy,
it.
Jared? Just one?
I got the
He just
one
said the
bottle
one
from
from Nick.
Egan.
Gotcha.
Thank goodness.
And I just drink Aaron's because Aaron obviously bought a shit ton.
I drink Aaron's too.
Yeah, my shit ton of one.
Okay. Nick, what would you pair red chair with?
With hair?
With hair?
This hair?
Hair?
To
be fair? Do you care?
Oh,
don't you
boy,
dare!
hair.
Don't you dare!
Oh, boy.
Hey, what's back there?
Where?
Damn it! I'm trying to think of a right.
Oh, I see a red Pac-Man ghost.
Okay. Anyway, video games.
There.
This went too far.
There.
Wah wah.
Thank you. Thank you.
There was a cricket sound effect for the rest of the world who.
Fine, I will
Stop
unmute you
floating.
guys, but you better not use this. I will fucking.
Lay down
man.
the ban hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can also
Throw
ban
you
you
right
guys.
out of here.
All right,
Don't ban us,
video game.
please.
Nick Dwin.
What's the
So
game, my
this is-
friend?
This is an older game from about 91, 92.
Please just keep it.
Winter Challenge.
Oh, a Winter
It's
Challenge
well-
game.
Yeah, I think it was originally released on DOS, but I played it on the Genesis. And it's basically just a Winter Olympics game, but without the full backing of whatever Winter Olympic Committee deal. But it had 8 different events that you could participate in. It's from Accolade, and it was. I had a lot of fun with that game, like back in the day. I mean, there was a lot of different skiing events, like a downhill.
Had a slalom.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
oh, did you play it?
Yeah.
What was your best event, Nick?
Mac 2E.
What was your best
Something like
event?
that. Apple 2E.
Oh, I think I was terrible at all of them, but
Yeah.
but I had a lot of fun doing the biathlon, which was cross country / shooting.
Yeah. That's right.
But actually, I had a lot of fun doing the luge and the bobsled, at least until I crashed.
Which was most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of those games were pretty brutal.
I never played this game.
Mhm.
I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I didn't either.
Stick figures, crap graphics, back in those days.
Kinda.
This is before my time.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I was
fun,
just
though.
I was watching some of the videos of it, some of the videos of the gameplay before I popped on,
Oh,
just
okay.
to kind of refresh myself. But
Oh, you actually thought about this ahead of time. Wonderful.
a little bit, yeah.
Not like the rest of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Just
That's not
yoink.
how we roll.
Well, I mean, I'm just as guilty as like forgetting to actually pick a game, but this one is a little easy.
You
I
wanted
mean,
to
I
try
actually
this time.
had to go back because I could have swore I've mentioned this game before, but I just wasn't sure the context of it, so I had to make sure it wasn't a game I actually
Oh.
paired, and sure enough, I didn't.
Well, thanks for making this penultimate
Here we
beer
are.
review so exceedingly well done.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just too bad Jared didn't like it. Sorry, Jared.
It's all good.
Had I would have known.
Can't
That
win
was-
them all.
That was a callback.
I know.
All right. Cool. Before we move any further, we will be going our final beer next week. Should be Jason. We're still doing the Estrella Damm.
Oh, I gotta
Right?
find that one.
It's available Total Wine for sure.
I think, yeah, I'll have my ways. I know where.
It's
I
at
have
John's Market, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that's the main one I was thinking of.
But anyway, so that'll be the final beer. And then Couch Co-op will be leaving the podcast, but it won't be gone forever. Anyway.
Yep.
Now, we're just going to hang out and shoot the shit. I didn't really have any best laid plans, and we haven't really done a round robin of what we've been playing. So, first of all, has anyone, hit the beat list? Anyone beaten it hard this past week?
I swear I'm the only one that's been posting stuff in that forum there.
I know you beat it 3 or 4
I
times.
think what we all want to know,
He's lonely.
and what all our listeners want to know, was how was Peppa Pig?
Peppa Pig was just fantastic playing that with my daughter. It's just like the show.
How many hours did that take to beat, and how many brain cells do you have left?
It looks like a masterful design. I mean, that game looks just like the graphics must be awesome.
It's better than the Paw Patrol games,
Oh.
just in the fact that it actually looks like the show versus just rehashed low res textures.
You should get some like big rimmed glasses, like some crazy big rim glasses, and like wear like some like weird like Dahmer like clothing, and then do like review kids games.
Oh God!
Oh my God, no.
That would be great. Just awkwardly review all these kid games. Oh my God. And just nicely, not being weird in any way, just have
having
this
a weird
look
look
of just like complete like psycho killer. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or just have a weird look on my eyes when I'm talking about it.
Yeah, I would happily post that on Milkman Pictures, and we get you all the views. Anyway.
Yeah, that's funny.
What else did you beat? It's just like all the kid games.
Well, I went through that old Media Molecule game, Tearaway Unfolded. They released that for the PS4. That used to be a PlayStation Vita game back in the day, and then they ported it to PlayStation 4. And I finally played through that. It's really interesting game, actually. I really liked it. They used a lot of the touch controls and features like that because that's what they were pushing on the Vita back in the day. So a lot of those came together really well, and just kind of push through, and the platforming and the challenges and puzzles get really fun. Not frustrating or challenging or anything like that, but they're interesting and pretty fun.
So I've played that game. And I tried to play it. I put a couple hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours. I did not like. It's not like, because it's the guys that did Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
And I just could not. Like,
everything in the world is made out of craft stuff, paper, newspaper, that kind of stuff. So it looks really interesting. Like the water effects are like paper reacting a certain way, that kind of stuff. So
it's a kid's game that Jerry can get away with playing.
Yeah, I liked it.
Kids.
I liked it. Yeah. Well, I did download it specifically, so I have something to play around my daughters or with my daughters. But it's too challenging for my youngest one, so it's it's more advanced because some of those levels really throw in all the talents you learn, and some of the final levels are super wild and crazy and really interesting. It's a shame they're so far in the game because if that was in the front of the game, I think more people would have talked high about it. As it gets really interesting and weird. Yeah. I have 3 more. You want me to just list them off?
Yeah, just list them off, and we'll ask you any questions about them if we care.
Arietta of Spirits is kind of like a Legend of Zelda type game. It's like 5 hours long, something like that. Pretty short, but I enjoyed it. Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap was a remake, new skin on it. You could switch back to the old graphics and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It still feels like a NES 8-bit game.
Did they have the Tenacious D song?
Wonder Boy.
No.
What's the secret of your power?
And I did beat Kirby in the Forgotten Land.
There you go.
Anyone else think of Miles Morales?
Oh, that was in March. Yeah, Miles Morales is way better than the first Spider-Man game.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So much better. It didn't have all those really slow parts with the different characters that I really disliked.
That's what brought MJ.
That's what brought that game down for me is so much. And Miles Morales didn't.
I don't know how long you were playing those for. I feel like those were so quick. It's like he's taking an hour to get through these little like sneaking missions.
No, they didn't take a long time, but they just stopped the game, and I didn't like that it changed the pace of the game. Because I liked what they were doing, and then I got to those, and again. Miles Morales is, for me, it's more superior than the original Spider-Man game.
There you go. Anyone else beat anything? I did, but did you guys? So I beat the other PlayStation Plus game this week for this month, Tales of Iron. I beat it and I platinumed it. I thought it was super cool. I never played these 2D games, but I fucking I don't know what
I'm a couple hours into it, and I like it.
I don't know what it is about it. It like pulled me in, but I just like. Anyway, it's pretty quick. I would just put it on easy. Beat it in 6 hours.
Don't put it on normal.
And then you probably platinum it in like 7 to 8 hours.
Nice.
So, but it's a really cool game. I like the story. Yeah. It's narrated by the voice actor that does Geralt. So he's constantly
nice.
talking and telling the story through it. And
Is it more in his natural voice, or is he doing the Geralt?
he's not
voice?
doing full Geralt, but he does definitely do the
fantasy
Geralt voice.
Yeah.
So it's not like really gruff, but you can
Yeah.
definitely tell it's him.
Well, what it really makes me want is that company that was making a mouse guard game to make a mouse guard game.
I mean, it almost looks like Mouse Guard, really.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
totally
those
could be
guys
Mouse
definitely, but they're rats. They probably couldn't get the license for Mouse Guard,
Yeah.
maybe, or something. I don't know, but it's super cool. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It's also free this month. I'd check it out. I really enjoyed it. I was taken by it.
Yeah, solid free games this month.
All right, let's talk with some of you guys that are not talking. Nick, are you playing? Nick, Dave, Aaron, John, you guys playing anything?
It's just mainly God of War Ragnarok. I'm in Vanaheim. I'm trying to help Freya finally with her little thing because she had to turn into the hawk, and I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty decent into that game, but it's definitely getting more fun because I finally got out of what looked like a dream world with oh god, what's his face? Atreus, which that whole thing.
Atreus. Ugh.
Yeah.
What? I love the Atreus stuff.
I love those segments with the.
I prefer
the girl
playing as
that's
Atreus
throwing
than
like those
God
colored
of
smoke
War.
ball things. Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh,
I'm with Dave.
that level was great.
Yeah, I loved.
Oh, anyway.
The one was helping the girl at the painting.
Yeah. I love that level.
That's not what you were talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I got out of it. I beat that. I mean, I liked
that was
the level.
awesome.
I just felt like it kind of dragged on at some parts, but I did like that. Well, no,
That's
but
what I felt about the whole game.
Oh,
Well, I did like the part where I had to fight the grandma in the kitchen. That was kind of
that was
fun
pretty.
because
That was
she-
actually
That was a great level. That was awesome.
Yeah, the build
Yeah,
up to
that
that's
was-
pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I did like it overall. There's some parts I'm like, okay, the collecting this, collect that, okay, but then you
Feed
got
the
past
hippo.
all that, and you actually start.
Or the yak.
It doesn't
That-
take very long. I don't know.
No, it doesn't. It's. I mean, what I mean is like collecting all the.
They're building
apples.
story.
I know what they're doing. I get
No,
it.
I'm not talking about you, Aaron. I'm talking about all these other assholes.
No, I do appreciate a good story build. That was a pretty good level overall. There's some parts I'm like, okay, but other than that, it was really fun. I got to back to with the dad, and now with them on helping Freya and Vanaheim, and that's pretty good so far. But I think I just kind of got slowed down a little bit because that whole dream put like a dream sequence thing with Atreus, but it's
Yeah, I wasn't
overall
sure if that
still-
was actually real or
It's
not
real.
at
It's not
first,
a
I'm
dream. It's
confused.
real.
Yeah.
It's real.
It's a video game.
Oh yeah, it's all real.
Oh,
It's all real.
well, I think I know what he's saying. It felt like because it starts off as him in this dream sequence whole thing, and you think, is he still dreaming? No, he woke up in a different realm, and now he's back into whatever, and then he goes back to the elf's house, and then he goes to not elves, but whatever they are, dwarves, I think. But anyway, they
Yeah.
help out now Vanaheim, and I was like, what happened here at one point?
How far are you into it, Nick? Like, I'm curious who's gonna beat the game first, Aaron or Nick. Do we start putting bets down?
I mean, Nick is
No.
almost he's over halfway done.
Yeah, but he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna get it done. I think Aaron can catch
I
up.
mean, I have to jump back in and because I'm stuck on a boss. Like, I've
Which
jumped
one?
back on like Fisk.
Oh,
I don't know if I don't know if
No,
Well, maybe
Aaron
you
is
have,
not even halfway. He's not
Yeah.
halfway yet.
I mean maybe he's there or not. I don't know. It's
Well,
just
one-
I've jumped in and like given it like 20
Do you have it on easy?
minutes here. No, I have it on just normal. Just
Put it on
whatever
easy.
the
There's no
default.
difficulty
Put it on easy. Let's
achievement.
get through it.
Yeah, you
Maybe
can change
one
it.
of these days
Yeah.
we'll do a review of this game.
Yeah,
you'll get there.
yeah, someday.
It's just
And
Yeah.
maybe I'll have to, but it's like part of me just feels like I can if I just need to. I don't know. I keep
You-
thinking I keep
You need someone to come
sabotaging
over
my.
and beat it for you. Is that
Someone,
what you're
if
asking?
you stop,
No.
stop working
It's-
on plumbing.
Yeah, if your house stops breaking.
Mhm.
They
I
never
was
do
going to ask
that.
JPK another plumbing question, but I decided not to
Oh, you could have.
earlier.
This is
I know.
this break brought to you by JPK Works.
Yeah.
Dave works too.
He'll improve.
knows a
He'll
lot about
improve your
plumbing.
flow.
Yep.
All right, who else is you playing anything else besides John?
I'm not going to beat anything anytime soon because I'm still playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, which
Still?
is probably going to be my game of the year. I love
Oh my
it.
god. Game of the
Cool.
year for what, like 2018? When did that game come out?
It came out in 2018, yeah.
Did
But it'll
it?
be my game of the year for this year. I really dig it. I'm at probably the slowest part of the game. So you chase a criminal into a monastery and you have to infiltrate the monastery. And the way that the game is trying to be realistic, it's just kind of a time sucker because you have to go through the schedule that the monastery gives you. And so it's just the next section is going to be a test of patience. But then once I'm out of there, that's going to be the slowest part of the game. But I really, it's probably one of the most rewarding games I've ever played where you feel when you first get your character Henry, who's just a dumb peasant, you really do feel like a dumb peasant. You're just like, I can't do shit. Like even the local drunk can beat my ass. And then once you start getting, probably like maybe around 10 hours into the game, then you start progressing and you actually feel like you are a knight in training because that's what Henry is, your player character is going through. So now it's and then there's small victories. Like they have a tourney you can be a part of. It's just a combat tourney. And I couldn't do it for a while. I just didn't have enough skills. I think it's very similar to what you and Ian and Jared went through when it came to Elden Ring. You just felt like you're getting your ass beat. And then finally there was a breaking point where you figured out the combat. You started figuring out how to work opponents and use the systems as they were designed. And it's a great game. I love it.
It's all about cheating the system in Elden Ring. exploiting the game and the bosses to the best of your ability.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like you're good.
Same thing in Kingdom Come. I had a guy get stuck on some rock geometry, and I just plugged him with arrows, and then he died.
Yeah. I'm surprised that you're so hot into this game. I haven't played it, but like I just remember the reviews being just not very positive for this game. Like,
no, I think it had a rough launch.
But even not just like some of the people I actually like, listen to, like they just not very, like it was a very generic game, like the story and stuff, the characters.
I think the story is serviceable. I think
game of the year serviceable.
Yeah, for a game that's trying to be realistic, which I'm not really into those type of games. The hardest part for a lot of people, I think, is just the combat, because the combat is very unique and it's hard to get used to it and figure out what the hell you're doing. But now that I've got it figured out, like the tournaments I do are much easier. Every once in a while, I'll run into a hard opponent, but at this point, I'm a death dealer, baby. I'm just like mace, sword, axe, arrow. I do it all.
There you go.
Wait.
Plumbing as well.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh boy. How about you, Dave? You up to anything?
I'm about 25 plus hours into Mass Effect 2.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
So I think I've only got 2 more levels and
Don't spoil anything.
yeah, and one more character to make.
Are you taking notes this time?
Not really. I haven't took many because I didn't make many. I've basically got all the characters and done all the side mission, all the loyalty missions, and I'm just I'm close to wrapping up. I've got one more loyalty mission, and then I've got like maybe 2 or 3. But I will have some notes.
I really have to start playing that. I mean, I don't know.
He's too busy playing everything else.
It takes a long time when you do all the loyalty missions, and then it's like there's just I'd forgotten just how many like side characters there are in that game. I mean, there's a lot of people that you can recruit.
I mean, what is this? This is April, May, June. I mean, I gotta think that like we have to do 3 at some point too. So like I don't, I mean, you decided to play it right away. That's cool. Like I feel like I need to like parse out those episodes. So I'm like just thinking like, you do the trilogy over the span of a year. I got some time before I really need to play it.
Yeah, and then I also played the first hour of South Park Stick of Truth again.
Oh, again?
Yeah, I'm thinking I might play that game again. I'd forgotten how funny it was. I like it when he's like, and Jeanette, you want to be known as douchebag, and you choose yes or no, and it doesn't matter. It's like a douchebag. Cartman is just such a prick.
I know you guys weren't fans of Fractured Butthole, but it's available on the PlayStation Extra, so like I might try it at some point because I never played it.
I didn't think it was a bad game. It just wasn't as I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. Kind of like God of War in that respect. A lot of the tricks the first time round you were like ooh, but the second time round it's not.
I wish the first South Park, like once you beat it, there's just nothing to do.
No,
I wish there had been something else. Like
it's a pretty solid like hard stop, isn't it?
But it really leaves you with like wanting to do something more. It's just like, oh, this is it. Like there's like maybe there was a trophy of something, but it would require me to play through the entire game again or something. I don't know what it was because I didn't platinum it. I don't think, but I just remember being like, that's it. Okay.
I remember not being able to get to grips with the battle system very easily, and like it was actually quite useful just playing the first hour because it like tutorials you and explains it a bit better, and I was like, oh, well, this kind of makes sense. So
right.
But yeah, other than that, and then I obviously played the game we talked about earlier. That's about it, really.
I've been playing lots. I mean, I played. I dragged Jared into this for like a couple hours, but I spent 10 hours in Battlefield 2042.
Oh, actually, I did play that. I had one go round of it, and I really enjoyed it. I would play that some more with you guys.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Oh, Jared hated it.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was great too. And then the problem with that
felt good.
Yeah, it did. I think the problem with Jared is that he doesn't like playing against other players, and you can play AI stuff like some of the other things that we should have done. I should have done with Jared because there's some other modes where you just do AI stuff that's also actually still a lot of fun. And I put like 10 hours. I was like really into it until Meet Your Maker came, and then that took over. But like, I was really enjoying it.
It felt really good, and I kind of. I liked how they did the tanks and the helicopters. Like they were overpowered, but not like they managed to make it not spoil the game, which was quite impressive. So
I think one of my problems with it is I think it would, keep kind of novice players in longer if so. Like, at a certain point, there's Discovery Conquest that's AI and real players, which is more fun to play than just a regular Conquest. It's just all real players. And I wish they would keep the Discovery Conquest around later. I know technically you're leveling up, but maybe you're not that good of a player. And I get it. I also get that like really good players could just go in there and farm bad players. But I wish there was a way to work that. I don't know.
Yeah, because you can adjust the AI, so even if really good players do go in there to farm, it makes it harder for them. And
but you still want like not great players to like have a good time. So like you don't want the AI to be crazy good that kills you as fast as like really good players do. And I wish maybe the XP is just slowly fractions down, that it's just not worth it to farm bad players. Maybe that's how it is. But it would still be fun for like new people that are. Because I'm not the greatest first-person shooter guy.
If you're like level 100 and some guy's level 1, you get next to no experience for killing them versus like if they're 99 and you're 100.
Yeah, I just feel like there's got to be. But like even if I'm a shitty player and I've managed to level up to like let's say level 50, but I'm not very good. I just want to have fun with my friends, I should still be able to play the AI mode, even if I'm not getting XP. I'm not farming players to get XP. I'm just playing with my friends. And I feel like there's got to be a way to maintain some of those modes. Because, like, I agree with Jared. You go into, like, just the hardcore conquest mode, and you're just getting fucking destroyed.
There's
spawn,
tanks on every corner.
Fucked.
There's helicopters above you. There's just nowhere to run,
it's obnoxious.
nowhere to walk,
it is obnoxious
hide.
as fuck.
It's devastating. Yeah, it takes all the fun out of it when you just can't move.
But the game itself, I think, is really fun. Some of that shit needs to be ironed out. But that game already failed miserably, so it's not ever gonna get ironed out. But I spent 10 hours with it. I found some enjoyment in it, and I was, you know, it has a lot of shit you can do. I don't know. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah.
What else have I been playing? I don't know. Let's go back to Jared. I know Jared's got some driving he's been doing.
Yeah, I've been playing a whole bunch of Gran Turismo 7 VR, and I love this game so much. Like, I've played Gran Turismo a lot over the years, and I've played racing games in VR in the past, you know, on Vive and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
Drive Club.
I played. Yeah, it was.
Drive Club VR.
Project Cars 2 is the one I mostly played. I played a little bit of that one on PS2 or PS4, but this GT7 just looks so good. Like a lot of the courses you're used to, now you're sitting in the cockpit and you see like every bump on the road. You can feel it, like all the hills, declines, and all that stuff. You really feel yourself like going down the road. It's just such a tight feel. I don't have a wheel or anything like that, and I decided to, instead of just use the thumbsticks and the triggers, I've decided to hold the controller up and use it like a steering wheel where the steering wheel is, and it works perfect. It's freaking great. Yeah. I feel like I've never done so well at a racing game. And now, like, after playing it in so many hours, I'm like 12 hours deep in VR in GT7, and I've loved every second of it. I've taken my time to get golds on everything that I've done pretty much at this point. And then I tried it out of VR, and I just had to get like closer to the screen. Like, where's the track? You know, I really like that first person perspective in the cockpit. So I now just like am permanently stuck on that because it just looks so good and feels so good.
So what's the longest you've sat in the bucket in one sitting without taking it off? And do you get any motion sickness at all from it?
No, I haven't gotten 1 ounce of it. I think the longest I spent in VR, I don't know if it was with Gran Turismo, but I have another game called Puzzling Places. It's like literally putting 3D puzzles together, like really big 3D puzzles. Like you have to look all the way around the screen because sometimes the puzzle's so big. Like a building, you're doing a 3D puzzle as a building, and you also have to construct the interior of the building and connect them and all that stuff. And you know, you can go up to like 1,000 pieces. It's super complicated. I'm a good chunk of the way through a 400-piece puzzle, and I've spent probably 5 or 6 hours doing that. Sometimes, you know, it's wild. I've actually had to plug my controllers in because I wanted to keep going.
Nice.
Like Gran Turismo has been like 4 hours probably.
I want to circle back to Dave's motion sickness thing. Jared and I listened to a podcast called DLC, and there's one of the guys, Christian Spicer. He gets motion sickness in VR and racing games.
Yeah,
pretty notorious with it. And he tried Gran Turismo 7 on the new PSVR 2, obviously, and he hasn't had it at all. And he's always kind of done a thing where he does a time thing and then gets out in previous VR. But the PSVR 2 and Gran Turismo 7, he hasn't had to do that. He talks about it on the podcast DLC, and he's put like hours into Gran Turismo 7. He's even getting a racing wheel and all that kind of shit now because he's like, I mean, for a car guy that's into racing, this is supposedly the greatest experience. In fact, this is on DLC they say this is like the great, and none of those guys. Well, I know Jeff Kanata, who's not into racing games, loves it in VR. He says it's the best, like kind of like Jared.
He even bought a wheel.
Yeah, he even bought a wheel, and he's not into Gran Turismo 7, and like he thinks Gran Turismo 7 is the greatest PSVR or VR experience in race ever. Like, so they've clearly, I think, because of the improved, you know, visuals and the
Fidelity.
frame rate. I think a lot of that sickness stuff goes away. So I mean, you'd have to try it, obviously, but I know you were able to race and do VR. Christian was not able to do any. I mean, he would get like crazy sick, and he even talks about that on the show. And like this is, it's
I think
totally
I'd
gone
know
away.
in about 5 or 10 minutes if it's like going to have any effect. Because it usually like Drive Club, I could do like 2 races at most, and then I could feel it like within.
It's the frame rate, it's the screen door. It's just like that game. Yeah, it's not. That VR helmet is not the best for that. So yeah, that game totally suffers from that. I mean, it's still a cool experience, but I think like what Jared's talking about, like Gran Turismo 7 is such a polished game, and then like the new hardware is just so much stronger that like I think you feel like you're in it.
And I swear, like the different technology they use in the screen, I think they use OLED or something like that. Just the transition to that makes eye strain like not exist. Like my eyes don't get tired in VR. Like I swear, like whatever screen they had in PSVR 1, it just got warm, hot after a while.
Yeah, you felt like.
But these, my eyes just feel fine, like even after 4 or 5 hours, and there's a fan inside the headset, so it doesn't like fog up and stuff like that. And so there's like air circulation, and it's just like natural looking, like you're just looking around.
Nice.
And I don't get tired by playing VR. It's great.
So we need to do a 24-hour GT7 VR.
Well, we need to do a 24-hour Le Mans, right?
We have to do a 24-hour Le Mans stream. Yes, I do not think Gran Turismo 7 has 24 hours of Le Mans. It has. It doesn't have that. There's only like 2 of the games that have that, and PS3 is the only legit Le Mans track that has 24 hours. So I'd have to pull out. Well, I've already have it installed and ready to go, but like, are we ever gonna do that? I don't know. We'll see. That's a pipe dream of something for someday. All right. Any other games someone wants to talk about?
I don't really need to talk much about it, but I took John's recommendation. I've been playing the Artful Escape. I'm a couple hours into that. Yeah, so I'm enjoying that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a chill game to play through, and the music and the visuals are great.
Yeah, I dig the music in it, and the art style is really interesting because as you're going through the universe or whatever, the art styles are drastically different for each area, and it's not just what you're used to. But you can definitely tell it's just like another Unity game that's done, in 2D side-scrolling style. But the style is really well done.
Cool.
And it has Apollo Creed in it.
Who?
Nice.
Apollo Creed.
Oh, huh.
From Rocky.
Yeah.
From where? What? Who? What? Okay. Well then, let's finish up with some couch co-optionals. Jared, do you have anything for the good of the order?
I took my family to the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I liked it. It was fun. A lot of people whine it doesn't have much of a story, but when it comes to it, this is the most story you've ever gotten out of a Mario game.
You could always remind them of the other Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, if you're not talking about like
which is
Paper
a classic,
Mario or Super Mario RPG and stuff like that. But yeah, it's Mario. If you like Mario, you're gonna like this movie. It was really well done. I thought it was good. A lot of people, like the reviewers, I think it gave it like a 40-something or a 50 on Rotten Tomatoes. But
don't worry, the
fans
Nintendo,
have given it like
Nintendo fanboys came out.
Something.
Jared got that Nintendo glaze, and he put on his Nintendo colored glasses, and he's like,
my kids loved it. Yeah, it was great. Yeah,
the screen was covered in Nintendo glaze.
So here's a funny thing. So like I'm in the Yusef, he's in the Discord, and Mappy Man. So like they're in the Discord, but they also have a Instagram chat that I'm a part of, and they were talking about the Mario movie. So like Scott's like, or no, Yusef was like, I'm waiting to hear from Scott. And Scott's like, it's a 10-10, it's a blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and I go, you're just, whatever. I said some stuff, but then Yusef finally went and saw it, and he was like, it's probably a 5/10, 5 out of 10. So it's like, there you go. If you're a Nintendo fanboy, you're gonna fucking love it. If you're just a movie,
they have a lot of bananas in there.
Well, there's Donkey Kong.
There's a lot of Easter eggs.
Yeah.
But... oh, Easter.
That's true.
But hey, it's the biggest opening for an animated film, so we'll get a sequel of some sort.
Oh yeah, it made enough money.
Does he take over Dreamland in the second one? You think?
Who cares? I don't care.
I mean, there's like end credit scene that they show what they might do, or a character they might bring out. So yeah,
of course.
Nick
I'm
DeWin.
sure they already have it halfway through planning.
Nick DeWin, do you have something you would like to share with us or the listening public? Actually,
I didn't really discover much this week, but
Nothing?
I'll just give a. Well, I've got something, but
crescent wrench. When you need a wrench that can do variable sizes, get a crescent wrench.
Well, I was just gonna say, I guess, show some love for Bud Light or AB InBev. I guess.
Oh yeah.
Not that they need it.
Suck a dick, Kid Rock.
Right. Suck that.
But I also feel kind of weird saying that too because.
He's a Coors Light guy.
Well, no, just. I'm not sure that. I mean, they're probably right on this issue, but I mean, they're probably wrong on a few others.
That's every
It's
corporation.
kind of like a. I know.
Yep.
But whatever. I guess for this reason, give them some support. Not that they need it, because I'm sure that.
Right.
I've been drinking Bud Light Lime, so. Well, I drink
All
Stella, and I drink all these other things that they own.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, they're pretty easy to support just based on all the stuff that they bought.
Right.
Yeah. No kidding.
All right, Dave, what do you got?
I haven't really watched much. I finally finished the last season of the Walking Dead, so I kind of liked how it ended. It was satisfying, not like groundbreaking or anything, but it was just I enjoyed it. So, and then I'm watching The Night Agent, which so far has been really good.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a 10-part series. I think I'm up to part 7 or 6 or 7. Typical secret agent conspiracy stuff. So.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
It was all too well.
Aaron, what do you got?
All right. Well, I've been kind of on a stand-up special kick lately, and I found this one my wife actually told me about. This guy Matthew Rife. He was on this show called Make Me Laugh, I think is what it's called. It was on ABC.
That's crazy. I mean, I haven't seen the whole special, but I've been watching his stuff on clips on YouTube lately,
God,
and he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Go
he has a second stand-up special. He produces it himself from support from Kickstarter and stuff like that. But oh my God, he's fucking hilarious. I die laughing. I have to be quiet a little bit when I'm laughing because I'm a loud laugher. Because if I laugh too loud, I'll wake my daughter up at the opposite side of the house. But this guy, it really makes me not want to laugh too hard. But at the same token, I can't not laugh because I'm just it hurts at some points laughing. Like he talks about how he got his grandpa a flashlight and then his grandpa broke the flashlight. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't just stop laughing. It's like I have to quiet down or else I'm gonna wake up my daughter on the other side of the house. But I'm like, I can't stop laughing.
Yeah, I think I was watching a clip of him just owning hecklers. It was pretty hilarious.
Oh yeah, that was on the special too.
Those are usually pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it's called Matthew. It's called Matthew Stephen Rife. It's on YouTube. Anybody wants to look it up? It just came out last week. It was fucking hilarious. Look it up. You'll laugh. So
awesome.
Check it out.
John, what do you have? Nothing.
I watched the whole Chronicles of Riddick trilogy.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Nice.
And,
good man.
Now you got to play the video game because the video game for Xbox is supposed to be a classic.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard the video games are good. But the first one, Pitch Black. There's some moments in Pitch Black I wish Vin Diesel took his craft more seriously because there are some elements where it's just like, damn, he could have been a really interesting actor if it just kind of didn't all go to his head. Like his voice is very unique, and just kind of his delivery of lines was subtle enough. And then the second movie, Chronicles of Riddick, I mean, it's kind of crazy who's in that movie because I mean they had Judi Dench, and I'm like, did she have a free weekend or something? Like, how
Well,
did they
no.
get
So
Judi?
I think Pitch Black was like kind of that indie horror film, sci-fi horror film.
Yeah, low budget.
Low
Yeah.
budget, and I think you could blame a lot of like Vin's shit on like it's not a strong enough director. But then it did well, and so like that was like a bigger budget for that second one.
Oh, it's huge compared to the first one.
I know, it's like totally different.
And I think the
Is the third
maybe at
one?
the
Is the third one with
the third one isn't good.
No,
I
but
don't
is
like
that the
third-
one with
I-
what's her with the?
Oh, she's in
Battlestar?
Mandalorian now.
Oh yeah, I can't think of her name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But I think I know who you're talking about. But the second one, I thought
is awful.
I remember at
too,
the
so-
time the second one was bad when it first came out. But when I watch it now, I'm like, this is solid too. It's way better. I think it's way better than the third movie.
Well,
which
yeah,
is just
Too alright.
they
Riddick.
get progressively worse, but like
I think the second one I like the most because you got
No.
Carl Urban and then I forgot the actress who plays his wife, but they're kind of doing some interesting political. For a dumb Riddick movie, they were
Maybe.
doing some interesting political backstabbing where the wife is kind of like she's the one plotting to overthrow the king, and then Carl Urban is kind of like the dumb muscle. But the second movie I thought was great.
all right,
I like it.
that's cool.
I mean, it's
Everyone?
dumb, but
Everyone?
it's like I find it like it's better than what I was expecting.
Find your fun.
And then the third one is just kind of like a movie at a time, where it just feels like feels very much like a movie that came out in 2001 with like the cheesy one-liners that don't land at all.
Yes, that one's pretty garbage too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the first two, they're on Netflix. Go watch them.
Where did you find the third one?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, I think it's the
They have
first
the whole
two.
trilogy. Yeah.
Oh, they have the whole trilogy. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think so. The first two are on Netflix. I was like, what? Cool.
Yeah, Netflix has the Bourne movies as well. Those are all on there.
Oh, I have those on
Yeah.
Blu-ray, but yeah, those are great.
Oh, I watched the Bourne Supremacy. That wasn't good, but
What are you talking about? That movie's great.
it was boring.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
What about you, Ian?
I'm gonna go. I just bought a record. I probably already recommended Brutus, but I'm gonna recommend it again. I bought Nest. I think it's fucking phenomenal. I really enjoy it. I've been listening to it almost nonstop. So yeah, that's my recommendation. In fact, I bought their latest album is coming. It's coming in the mail here pretty soon. But so I'm a new fan of this band, this Belgian band. So
Sorry, quick correction. The Bourne Legacy was the one that I watched. That I
oh,
didn't
that's
like.
awful. That's the one with
Yeah.
Renner, Jeremy Renner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
The original
No,
trilogy is
boy.
awesome.
Yeah,
Like, what?
yeah. I was like, yeah, the original one, the Matt Damon ones are good.
Born Identity, Born Supremacy,
I-
and then Born Ultimatum. Trilogy over. Legacy is this
Didn't see it.
weird kind of meh.
didn't see the third one, unfortunately, but I like the first two.
Oh, you didn't see the Ultimatum? Ultimatum's great.
Yeah, okay. I like the first two. I just never got around to the third one, unfortunately.
Hmm.
I
just read the book.
Did you really?
One of them.
Oh.
Born Identity.
one. That was
I didn't even know they were
Okay.
books.
they were adapted from the book. I think, if I remember right.
I thought they were just
Robert
those
Ludlum,
movies
I
with the
believe,
Moby
was the
song in
author.
them.
Yeah.
I can't even do it.
I played the video game that wasn't based on the movie.
Oof.
Yikes.
Yikes! It must have been great.
That was another game I enjoyed. It was on 360. Like it was kind of jank, sure, but it was the fight system was interesting and fun to play.
I never. They probably made a PS2 version. Probably it was even worse, or PS3 version.
Mhm.
All right, kids. Let's wrap it up. So next week, we mentioned it earlier, but our final beer will be Estrella Damm. Estrella Damm or Dame? Damm?
Yes. Damm.
And yeah. I want to thank you all for listening and listening and watching. Oddly, we're getting a lot of hits on the old YouTube lately, which is funny.
Oh, by the way,
Sweet.
my parents are watching it now.
Right now.
So you got
everyone
I don't know if
behave.
they're watching the live stream, but they were telling me they were watching the YouTube.
Right on. Thanks.
So
Behave.
They just
hi,
want to
mom
know.
and dad.
They just want to know what drugs you're selling, and
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, interesting.
Drunk.
Why?
The-
Okay.
The drunkards you're hanging out with.
Hello.
Right.
They're the ones that asked you to
Oh,
quit
we're
drinking.
starting
They're
to
like,
reform. We're
John,
starting
you
to
drink too
reform over
much. You
here.
need to stop
Yeah.
drinking.
Right.
And so like John's like texting me. He's like, I need to stop drinking so much in Discord.
But only on Discord, only on video.
Okay. Well, hello, John's parents, or John's real mom and fake dad.
These are the ones that live probably not too far from me.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh. Well, hello from down the street.
I won't dox him, Nick, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah. Well.
No, I just wonder if I'll run into them when they're mailing something at the post office while I'm out on the stroll.
I mean, a small strategic nuke should be able to take out all of Canby, right, Dave?
I don't even think you need a nuke.
I'm not sure if I have one available right now.
Yeah, I left that in my other pants.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway. Again, I want to thank you all for listening, watching. Remind you to leave feedback at thecouchcoopshow@gmail.com or head over to our various social media platforms, which are the Couch Co-op Show, all one word, no hyphen. And you can, say hi to us. Or not. Like you currently don't do anyway. I mean, none of us really use Facebook anymore. I use Instagram, but none of you guys really do.
I got off of it, but still.
And Twitter is kind of a shithole of evil. So yeah, don't reach out to us. Don't leave us a YouTube post.
If you see
YouTube
us in
comment.
public, just follow us home and then just say hi from there.
If you see us in public, treat us like you do our content. Ignore it.
Right.
I want to thank Jared, Nick, Dave, Aaron, and John for joining me here on the couch.
Of course.
Always.
For Couch Co-op, reminding you to please be excellent to each other.
Yeah.
Wild Stallion.
There it is.
Wild Stallions coming next on the hot request line.
Okay, keep that up. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night, everybody.
I'm
Night,
gonna grab
guys.
water. I'll be back. Bye, Aaron.
Bye,
Bye,
Aaron.
guys. Bye. You guys as well.
Night.
Night, night. Yeah.
We got the full Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty special. That feels
Yeah.
special.
That's great.
Back as well. Too much water.
Yeah, I'll go grab something to drink in a moment.